Ruckus Avenue Radio.
Not even that, you've inspired me to grow my beard. So I'm working on it too, man. No, I really appreciate your, again, being
anytime, man.
Taking the time. Yeah. So you know what? For the listeners, now I have a bunch of listeners that are new, that are trying to understand what's going on in the whole South Asian hip hop scene, and you're one of those labels that's really setting trends. Please give a little bit of intro again. I know we haven't spoken in a couple of years, man. It's been a couple of years since we spoke. And I think we did the whole roster of Azadi Records with Yuri and all that. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, right?
It was.
It was a while ago, dude. But you know what? For the new listeners that we have out in the U.S. and across the world, please let them know who you are. Let them know a little bit your history, and then also what's been going on with your record label. And then we'll get into a few other little things after that.
Oh, good, man. Cool. So my name's Mo. I'm CEO of Azadi Records. We're based out of Mumbai in India.
CEO and founder, right?
Yeah, co-founder,
Yeah, there you go.
And we set the label up in 2017. I'm originally from the UK, but I've been coming to India all my life, pretty much. Family holidays, what have you not. And me and my brother started our first business back in India, back in 2001 in India, basically. Okay. So that started bringing me over a bit more frequently, a bit more for work.
Right.
I decided to kind of stay in 2014 for a couple of reasons. I kind of needed a new challenge in my life. I'd been running a business with my brother as a bit of a corporate work for about 15 years. Although I was doing bits and pieces within the kind of music landscape and consulting and working with different artists, it wasn't a core focus kind of back then. Then I moved to India in 2014, and then I started again consulting for various DSPs. Started doing a bit of exec production, running a media platform for about 18 months, kind of all hip hop focused. Managed a couple of acts, started doing a couple of music videos. One of the first ones I did out here was City Slums for Divine in Raja. That was when I was working at a media platform.
Yeah, man.
And then 2017, I kind of saw an opportunity. I'm a product of hip hop, really. I kind of grew up listening to it, and I felt that I could kind of see what was about to happen. The explosion of counterculture and expression and kind of creative arts in India, and it was something that I felt that I could add value to, not obviously from an artist end, but from a experience, structure, just overall kind of curation.
Sure, sure, man.
And then we put together a roster in 2017, which kind of back then consisted of 11 acts covering 9 different languages. So one of the aims of the label was always to try and represent diverse and secular nature of India. India for me is like 20 countries in a country,
Yeah, man. Seriously.
So when we were looking at an Indian record label and what it was like, we didn't want to be, solely Hindi focused or Punjabi focused. And although obviously I can't speak all those languages, we were really driven to try and put together a group of acts that, had a wider appeal, no matter where you went in India. You know, so we had the likes of Swadesi that were kind of a multilingual, social, conscious political rap group. The likes of See Them Out, Brub Deep were kind of starting out at that time. Sez was on the label. Stunner was for a brief time. We had a female called Siri. And we just hit it hard. I think we were kind of first to market in a startup sense in that way, or one of the first to market. We were very I'd like to use the term, especially for India, kind of pioneering in the structure of how our deals were set out.
100%, man. That's what I wanted to get at. That's exactly what I wanted to get at. Is because I know, like, after you guys have actually been getting into it and doing all that, now we have Mass Appeal, Def Jam, all the Universal they're all there. They're all coming here, right?
Yeah,
I think
massively
you guys,
competitive.
yeah, it's competitive, and you guys kind of, I really feel like you guys were the ones who started shining the light on like you said, you kind of saw that like this is where it's gonna go, and
yeah.
you feel me?
I really believe we pioneered the kind of indie 50-50 in India.
Yeah, man.
Which India is a very work for hire economy and industry, especially within the entertainment space. So that was
Right.
something which we tried to add a bit of difference to. And yeah, we relentlessly put out releases. You know, just
Yeah, man.
we were self-funded at that time. Just kind of putting my own money in and trying to kind of make things work.
I know what
Yeah,
it's like, bro. I know what it's like, Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you guys are actually linking up with a lot of, like I said, Mass Appeal and all them. I think you guys are crossing like a little bit of like distribution, whatever it may be. Kind of give us some insight on that, because I think a lot of people, especially a lot of the people that I know that listen to out in the US, they're all business minded. They really want to understand the dynamics of what's going on. I think you're one of the real dudes to kind of break it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So obviously, I don't have the exact stats, but I think, you know, around about 80-90% of the music industry, like globally in India as well, is kind of let's just say let's just say the GDP of the music industry, for example, in India is probably run by the usual suspects: your Universals, your Sonys, you know, your Warners. This obviously domestic labels like Sarigama and T Series with massive chunks as well.
Yep.
And over the course of the last, 5, 6, 7 years, a lot of other imprints have come up, like Azadi, which have now either partnered with a major or kind of have distro deals with a major. I think where we kind of differ is we're still kind of fully independent in that sense, even to the point that we now use TuneCore as a record label for distribution.
There you go. Yeah, man.
And I've got a pet saying. I say it quite a lot. I say it's not the music business, it's the finance business. And once you understand that, you're able to structure your operation a little bit more savvily, with maybe a bit of a longer term mindset to, you know, growing a label and trying to sustain in this industry. Like I said, it's very competitive, and we're not, you know, we don't have as deep pockets or anywhere near deep pockets as the majors in that sense. Sure. We don't play a market share game. You know, we're not trying to, you know, pump out releases in order to maintain a specific market share. Yeah. But what we are trying to do is really leave an imprint that is representative of the day and the time that we're in. So, you know, now we're, you know, whatever, 500 tracks in, a billion streams in. I look back and, you know, there's a few really culturally relevant tracks that I feel is, you know,
for sure
what the record label is about, basically. Yeah, and that, you know, that's kind of how we want to continue. I'm happy being a mid-level indie boutique record label that, you know, finds emerging acts, new acts, different sounds, and tries to kind of build that, really. And I think everyone's kind of got their place in this industry. India's a massive country, you know.
Yeah, man. It's a huge industry.
People. Yeah,
man. I think at a certain point you gotta just kind of make your space, right? Otherwise, you're just kind of trying to fit in somebody else's. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of feel like sometimes there's trends and there's people who make trends, and I kind of feel like that's exactly where we're at right now, especially with Indian hip hop, bro. I really feel like it's just on a whole new frontier, dog. Like, people are starting to take notice, dog. Like, they're really taking notice about what's going on. I think a lot of labels like you guys, a lot of the artists, the people that you guys are aligning with and doing stuff with, and See Them Out being one of those trend centers that I think we even spoke about way back in the day, where you're like, these guys are redefining shit, and honestly, they really are.
We saw it from very early on.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I kind of remember that conversation with you. And,
yes.
You know, See Them Out for me are an anomaly. there's a kind of, they're kind of once in a generation type of act.
Yeah, man, 100%, bro. That's a duo like Redman, Method Man duo that like you just can't find something like that ever again.
Yeah, and you know what?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're really hardworking guys. They put a lot of their effort into kind of what they do, and they're authentic with it, man. So, but apart from that, you're right, man. There's so much happening across the board in quality wise. Where we're now in the process of what I'd almost call our second kind of roster, if you want to call it that.
Sure.
Where we brought on a load of new acts over the last kind of year, 18 months, and kind of in development of those, everything from obviously the hip hop.
Is that the DL9 record label that you guys
No, so that's See Them Arts.
That's just See Them Art.
That's just See Them Art. Yeah, so they launched their own imprint, DL91, Delhi 91. So they're fully independent.
Yeah, they're beastly, bro. They're so beastly.
They had a load of offers.
Yeah.
To kind of go where they want, really.
Yeah, no, man.
But
I think that they seem like very loyal dudes. They're always going to stay connected. You know what I mean?
Of course, man, of course. But again, it was a conversation that we had where they wanted me to be a part of what they're doing, and
sure,
that the relationship has moved from label and artist to kind of business partners, where they're bringing their kind of full creative.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask about that. These guys are like really they're kind of really expanding when it comes to the whole visual art, creative stuff, the whole presentation of that. I've been seeing that they've been kind of like breaking boundaries now. They're really trying to do a lot of stuff.
They always have.
Yeah,
they always have.
Yeah.
They're really, and you know what? I just knowing what they're capable of and what they can do and what they've got there. I don't think they're 10% of what they're going to be.
Yeah, man. They're just barely hitting their peak, man.
Just really, they've got a lot of heights to still climb.
Man.
But for me, it's always, I love being able to work with an act like See Them Art from, almost inception to kind of where they are now. And my real passion is trying to find the next, emerging
of course,
act, and so that from an Azadi perspective, kind of that's what we're focusing on, and not just within the hip hop space. R&B's close to what we do. Hindi singer songwriter. I think there's now a lot of great independent music being produced at good quality. So it's just about basically trying to work with acts like that and trying to pick out the gems that we feel can really make a difference there, man. Sure. Just give me 1 second.
No worries, man.
F1 film. Yeah. So maybe ask me, share me some music. I got a perfect song for you. Kind of an exclusive.
Definitely. We're gonna world premiere that in a little while. I don't even know what it is. You're gonna surprise me with it. Let's check it out in a little while. So talking about also about the label. Now on the flip side, you guys are also doing a lot of tours and events and stuff like that. And I know See Them Art's been doing a huge stuff. Is there anybody else that's touring right now? I know you guys have some pretty shitty freaking circumstances with promotion, guys. Like I've had that here in Surat, so I feel you in Surat. I already know this. I
made a conscious decision about 8 months ago to get out of management. Just as a
it's rough.
When we started the label, we started a label, and just the way that India is structured within the entertainment space, kind of management is 360 in that sense. And it was taking a lot out of me. And obviously I could see it taking a lot out of the team that we have. I think it's not just that. I just feel that, our core passion and focus was always music, and we, although the infrastructure is better than it was a while ago, there needs a lot that infrastructure for independent music touring and artists needs a lot of work in India.
Man. I think it's going in the right direction, though, man.
Yeah, for sure. Look, like I said, it's better than it's always been. But it's tough. So we made a conscious decision to focus on the label, essentially. So again, touring isn't a massive part of what we do. I run See Them Arts kind of touring, and we've got a couple of sporadic shows here and there for some of the other acts. But for me, the work we do at the label and parts of the work we do at the creative agency, which is kind of an arm of the record label, which is growing, is taking a lot of my time at the moment, which I'm kind of more happy with, really.
Yeah. So it's good to be busy, right? Like when you're not busy, you're kind of always like wondering, like, fuck, when is my next thing gonna be coming up? This and that. So
yeah, but I don't have that problem yet.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We're at a point where I think a lot of the shit that we're getting is a blessing. At a point, it's something that we've always asked for. And honestly, you guys are really putting it out there, bro. Like I'm really happy you pulled up right now. I just wanted to chat with you for a second and kind of get some stuff out there. If you have anything else that you want to talk about, definitely please give your social handles and stuff like that so people can follow you.
Wicked. That'd be great. Yeah, just again, Azadi Records everywhere at Azadi Records. My handle's Mo Styles UK. And yeah, give us a follow if you're
hip
brown kid, hip hop head. Not just a hip hop head. If you're a brown kid,
brown
outside of India, and you want to check out what's going on back home, then come check out some of our music, man.
No, definitely. I think everything that we're doing is growing the whole hip hop movement across the globe. You are one of those dudes. I want to make sure we always keep it connected, keep that bridge being built. I want to wish you all the best. Much love and respect. I really appreciate you taking the time to be out here, talk to me, pull up, be in the session. Again, any music, any stuff like that, you always know we're supporting you right here on It's Bigger Than Hip Hop. All right, my man.
All right, man. I'll catch you soon.
Yeah. And I want to thank you also. By the way, you've always taken care of me for all your events. Made sure I was there covering those events and making sure I was getting the video. So, much love and respect, bro.
Cool, buddy. I sent you the info on WhatsApp, so if you need anything else, let me know.
For sure. One love.
All right, bro. Catch you soon.
Bye.
Ruckus Avenue Radio.